Welcome back to the world of Tapir. The story thus far is that the players, the False Sun crew, have finally reached the city of Reveil after crossing the desert for numerous days, meeting some interesting faces, and encountering an inordinate amount of oases. Oasi? They have finally...
Oases?
Maybe. They have finally reached the city of Reveil.
Let me open
They
up the notes.
they are currently headed towards the Harvester's Hall, which is the large building in which the Harvesters Guilds reside and offer free lodging to its members, which the False Sun crew are. So, False Sun crew, Varen, as you are traveling, your sword starts to, rattle in its sheath.
I'm gonna glance down at it and watch it for a second, and then keep going. Making a mental note of that.
As you do, it's almost like pulling in a specific direction. After a brief moment, it almost very slightly slides out of its sheath.
I'm gonna grab it.
Alright. As you do, you can definitely feel it's pulling somewhere.
Gonna keep a tight grip on it, but see where it's leading me to.
Alright. The others, y'all see Varen start, veering away from the cart. What do y'all do?
Oh, we should probably follow her, right? Hello, party?
Yeah, I'm the only other one here. It's for the best.
Alright.
Gunmetal.
What about our cart?
We can drive the cart.
Oh, I
We
thought she
can
was going
steer
into
it
an
to
alley or something.
No, not yet, at least.
Probably will soon, though. All
I
right, let's
can
follow
watch
in
the cart, Corvus says.
All right, we
Alright.
leave the fluffy bird in the cart.
Alright. Varen, as you're following it, winding through the streets, eventually you make your way to an alley, a dark alley that is hidden away from, or that is a little bit out of the way. In the alley, you can see someone else in there. Now, if our guest player would like to describe themselves.
Yeah, hi. So my character is. Shit, hold on one second.
What do they
Hold on,
see
what?
when looking at your character?
Hold on, give me a sec. Alright, I forgot my own description. It's been a while. Where did I say that? Oh shit, I got it. Hold on. I know what to search. Alright, so I am a man around 18 years old, black short hair, blue eyes. Obviously, by my dressing, it looked like a noble descent. I wear a white uniform looking, kind of like a knight's uniform, hidden under a hooded robe. My robe is hiding most of me. I'm also wearing something that looks to be the wrapped up weapon on my back.
Mm-hmm. And as you see these new figures into the alley, instinctually you grab what is on your back. I need you and Varen to both roll wisdom saves.
Wisdom save? Oh,
Yes.
shit. Oh, how do I roll?
Huh?
How do I roll?
Just
Yeah,
click-
see, or do I
you
roll
see-
it on myself?
You
or-
see the saving throw modifiers on the left side of your character sheet? Just click Wisdom. Just click the modifier on Wisdom.
Oh,
Yeah, and it'll
Word.
roll with clickety clacks.
19.
21.
All right. Both of you feel a deep desire to attack each other. Not each other, but each other's weapons. And you almost do, but you manage to shake off the feeling.
Hey, real quick, just for clarifying in the notes. Did he say 80 or 18?
18.
18, okay, he's not old then.
No.
Okay, that's a very big difference.
Yeah. 18. It's a kid.
Somehow, still older than the majority of the party.
But not more
Hey,
mature,
no.
okay?
Lavere's 18. Or is he 20?
I think you were 20.
He's 18.
Okay.
He's been in
I mean, we're more
naval
mature.
service for 12 years.
Right.
Sushi is also 18.
Yeah.
She has been
Aaron
a
is
noble for the
24.
last 8 years.
23
Yeah.
or
For the
24.
last 6 years.
Yeah, but the new figure is appears to be human, so 18 is pretty young.
I mean, 24 is pretty young for a half-elf.
I do 24. I forget what my birthday is.
I think half-elves age, like, slightly slower than humans, but, like, not, like, the first bit, but, like, after that.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, elves age the same way as humans until they reach their...
For the first bit.
Yeah, until they
Yeah.
reach their peak, and then they stay about the same age for a few hundred years until they reach elderly, in which they rapidly age.
I think half-elves are delayed, like, by, like, half, or something like that, so that they age, like, to over 100 years before getting really old, but they're still aging the entire time rather than having that ageless quality.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So yeah.
She'll outlive us all.
So, what do y'all do?
Farron's gonna glance at the figure and then back at Levere and Sushi and back at the figure.
Hi!
Hail and
Hello.
well met, young traveler.
Sushi's like jumping up and putting her hand up high, just like, hi.
I slowly try to take a hold of my weapon to be prepared for combat.
Ooh, are we gonna fight
These
now?
nerds seem funny.
I mean, I don't know, you guys. I don't know
Yo.
you.
I mean,
You're
like,
looking at me weird,
I'm into having a fight if you want to.
Your weapon.
If we don't have to fight, then we don't have to fight.
I'm always happy to shed blood.
Wait,
I bet
where?
Sushi.
Your weapon. There's
Yeah.
something about it.
I could say the same about yours.
Yeah. I mean, this was kind of a recent thing. Wasn't always mine.
Is that so? So may I know who you are and why are you here?
Name's Baron. Captain of the Full Sun crew. Yeah,
Hey.
business a bit. But Sword kind of led me over here.
I see. Well, my name is Kishi. I have no intention of fighting you guys. I'm just trying to find someone.
Levere and Sushi, go ahead and roll a perception check.
All
Okay.
right. Dirty 20.
8.
All right. Levere.
There are only 2 directions when you roll, either really, really high or really low.
Yeah. Levere. As you look at him, you can see a few of the wrappings around his weapon are a little bit loose. You can make out the shape of a spear, and its metal looks a little strange and also somewhat familiar.
Hmm. Spear. Do I have to roll anything to try to remember, or is this just like?
If it's something that you remember, like if you can
Yeah.
remember, then you don't have to roll. If you can remember or look through
Oh.
your notes or whatever.
All right.
That's what notes are for.
We have a lot of notes.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Hold on. Mr. Kishi, can you hold on just a little bit? Just a little bit.
Sure. I was standing here.
Hold on. We have to do a quick group huddle. I'm gonna like tap Varen on the thigh so that she knows to like crouch down. I'll put a arm around Sushi so that so we can huddle together.
Yeah,
Sushi will do the huddle, but also will hug the other two.
the huddle.
Because she heard group huggle.
Since y'all are like huddling and two of you are 3 feet tall, the huddle itself is only like 2 feet above the ground.
Varen's like sitting on her knees.
Sitting like crisscross.
She's like down on like one knee, and then
Hey,
the other's
okay.
like still up.
Hey guys,
Yeah.
Yes.
I think that's Windale's spear.
Who? Which one was Window?
The angel guy, the angel cultist from the town that we killed.
We did kill him.
Remember he teleported the spear away before we could kill him.
He was a weirdo.
He was.
Yeah,
Maybe we should ask him about the spear.
good idea.
All right, break the huddle.
Hello.
Hey,
Welcome,
you're on the cart.
Corvus. You are currently watching the cart.
Alright.
What you've missed so far is Varen felt a tugging at her sword and followed it.
yeah, and the others followed while you stayed at the cart.
Alright.
Yeah. We've come across your friend.
A nice young gentleman.
Wait, a friend of mine?
No, a
Like,
friend of
You
gunmetal.
the player. You the player.
Yeah.
Our guest
Yeah, maybe.
star.
The guest player.
Why do guest stars never come onto my show?
Because you don't ask them to. And also, it'd be kind of weird to bring guest stars into
Barovia.
Barovia. And also, we kind of did.
Yeah, the Luxodon.
The Luxodon, who hasn't been able to join for a while due to familial problems, I believe.
Yeah, life issues,
Anyway.
scheduling problems. The same kind of stuff that keeps
Scheduled.
people from playing D&D.
Yeah.
The usual. Anyway,
Alright, okay. I tapped them both on the back, breaking the
so
huddle.
should we ask him about it, or
We should ask him about it in a subtle way.
so I shouldn't ask him if
No,
he has the
don't.
hots for angels?
Hey, Kishi, go ahead and roll a... what's your passive perception?
I pass a perception.
it should be-
check.
It's listed on the left.
What's your wisdom modifier?
My wisdom modifier plus 6.
Your passive
Okay, you have a passive of 16 then.
Your passive perception should be on the left side of your character sheet under the saving
Yep.
throws.
Yep, says Stang.
16?
I guess Stang, and then the wisdom modifier is plus 6, so 16, I guess.
Okay.
Feels weird to have a passive investigation.
Yeah.
Well, it just means that you're able to just lightly peruse
Like that's what
things
Sherlock
without having
Holmes
to
does,
roll.
I guess, right?
Alright.
Just kind of like see stuff.
So, Sushi, Levere, and Varen, y'all should probably roll a stealth check to, make sure that Kishi didn't hear y'all's huddle.
Stealth.
So I rolled a 20.
All right, that's good.
Listen,
15.
if the others knew it, I would have been saying the whole thing in Thieves' Cant, but apparently I'm the only one that can speak Thieves' Cant here.
Does anyone else
15.
speak Infernal?
Wait, so it's a 15 and a 20?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. I think that.
You
Let's
wouldn't
see.
happen to all know how to speak Undercommon.
It's just over 16.
That is 17. Rounding up, that is 17. So yes, y'all do succeed in whispering this. Okay, she does not hear.
Shame.
Continue.
All right. Okay. And break. Okay. So, Kishi, you said your name was?
Indeed.
Might I inquire as to where you've acquired such a weapon?
My spear.
Yeah.
That's a weird thing to ask. What made you ask that?
Oh, no reason. We've just had issues with spears in the past.
It's a very popular weapon. Well, as you can see, I used to be a knight, and the spear was my weapon of choice.
Hmm.
You used to be a knight?
Indeed.
Pretty young for a knight.
Yeah, it's runs in the family. Been training for a while.
Does that mean you're nobility?
So is there anything else I can help you guys with?
What do you know about angels?
Angels. Aren't they supposed to be like non-existent or something?
Oh no, they're very much real.
Can't say I've met one before.
You know, they're like devils and demons, but like more
But
authoritarian.
featherier.
I can't really say I've met one before, so not much.
Well,
You
I
would
guess.
remember, probably.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, definitely.
I'm pretty sure I've met one. I definitely would remember. Yes.
All right. Question 2 from me. Let me I guess I should explain what Levere looks like because this is a new person.
Oh yes, the people that are talking to you. One of them is a mongrel folk, 3 foot tall rat person. One of them is a kobold that is with brass scales, and one of them is a half elf woman with her eyes are 2 different colors.
3 foot tall rat person with. Actually, I think I'm less than 3 foot. I think
No, you are 3 foot.
I'm exactly the same height as Levere.
Yes.
And Levere is 3 feet even.
Okay. In Japanese samurai armor.
Oh.
Yeah. So
And a cape.
this 3 foot tall shiny brass scaled kobold walks up to you. So how do you feel about fighting a cult?
Fighting a cult?
Yeah, going into a cultist place, fighting them.
Well, cults are usually evil. Is this one evil?
Oh yeah, definitely. They're like devil worship, like literal devil worshippers.
Well,
There's
as a
nothing
knight-
wrong with being evil.
Oh, as a
Okay.
knight, I would-
There's something wrong with it.
Sushi, while there may not be entirely negative trappings involved with being of an evil alignment, this cult is actively trying to bring forth the end of the world.
Yeah. I did a
Potato,
lot
potato.
of
I suppose that
shit.
would kind of suck because I do live on the world.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if you guys need my help, I would definitely be more than glad to assist
Cool.
you.
Do you have a place to live?
Oh, right now I'm just kind of moving around, so no, not really.
It's fine. We
Cool,
can
you're
probably get
homeless.
you a place at the
Come with us.
at the Harvesters.
Then sure, I'll be more than
Come,
happy
kind
to.
stranger.
Come, kind stranger. You can sleep in a pile.
All right. Corvus, as you see the others return, they seem to have picked up a new person with them.
I'm gonna be honest. It shouldn't be surprising at this point.
Yeah, you saw them run off for like 15 minutes and come back with a new person.
Welcome back, guys. Who's the new stranger?
Hello,
This is Kishi.
Hello, my name is
Kishi.
Kishi.
Good day, Kishi. Name's Corvus. A pleasure to make your acquaintance.
The Corvus
Indeed,
is
likewise.
Corvus is a Sri Lanka magpie Kinku, wearing the robes of a follower of the Raven Queen.
Like, how specific are the robes of the? Cause I just imagine like black robes.
Well,
Is there like symbology on them?
yes, they do have a particular style. It's black with silver trim, generally with either ivy patterns or feathery patterns, and the robes themselves are differentiated between the different ranks within the cloth.
Mm. We're very colorful.
Was that a question for me or?
No,
Oh, okay.
Well, anyway, this is Kishi. He has agreed to help us in our righteous quest to take down this cult.
Do we even know where it is?
I see.
Not particularly.
So, like,
We
I
know
know I
he's
said
here.
I do it, but is there any information about it? Like, what do I need to know or do?
I mean, like, basically right now we're just trying to get some sort of like recon being done, and then we'll go in and try to stage a sort of like an assault against them, depending on what sort of nature our assault will be, depending on their situation. That's really all I could really say at this moment, since I'm without information.
Yeah, we're going to be here for a few days. Try to go around town, see if we can pick up on anything, and then once we know what we're doing and what we're up against, we'll head in and take them out.
Sounds simple. Okay.
Now it will be dangerous. Like I said, they are a cult that worships the Inquisitive generals, or incursive generals.
Ah, yes, the Inquisitive generals. They just really, really want to learn more about our world.
Right.
they're inquisitors, and you know what they do? They inquisit. It's in cursive.
No one expects the devil. No one
The
expects
incursive
the
generals.
devil.
Yeah.
Inquisition.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking. Okay, that sounds fair. Like, what have they even done, anyways?
I tried to bring back the incursive generals, who are the heralds of the end of the world.
That sounds
Yep.
understandable.
They tried to use me as the vessel for it. That's how I got this. Just gonna point to the purple colored eye.
Oh,
It's also where
The
I
world
got
came
this
very
sword.
close to ending.
now that I think about it, this may be the same people I'm after.
Very likely. Tell me, did you recently get that spear?
Yes. Well, see, what
Is-
happened was once my fiance got captured by some people, I guess it might have been a cult. They were trying to awaken something on her, so that's why I assume it might be the same person.
I mean, it sounds like them. I mean, it could be some random other cult, because that kind of is just cult business, but
Exactly. So
with
hopefully,
our luck, it's probably the same guys.
Well, actually, more likely what it is it's probably a different cult that's kind of trying to do the same thing. I mean, if you've got one cult trying to bring forth the generals, you're definitely going to have other cults trying to bring forth
I see.
the armies of heaven.
Right. Well, we'll find out when I see them, I guess.
I don't feel like the armies of heaven would be any better, though, so...
No, absolutely not. They are not the good guys, as many people might try to believe. The angels absolutely fucked up anywhere they were.
I see.
Does that mean we're the good guys? I'm not sure how I feel about that.
It's less that we're the good guys, it's more that we're just trying to save our skins.
That I can get behind.
But us ourselves, while I do jokingly call it a righteous quest, we're just doing it for ourselves because we like being alive. But, with devils and angels coming back, it's going to be the incursion all over again, and the incursion brought forth millions of deaths.
Well, I mean,
see.
like, saving our own hides is still very heroic, because at least we'll be helping everyone else through
Oh
our
yeah,
want
no,
to
we'll
survive.
definitely be venerated as heroes, no doubt about it. We're gonna get brand deals out the ass. Look at the Knights of Twilight or whatever they were called.
Ah, yes, the Knights of Twilight.
Look, I'm bad with
Something else-
names.
You
I
look.
mean, so am I.
You look out the cart and see that someone is sitting at a cafe reading the book that was recently released, but written by one of the knights.
Yeah, literally written by the bard in the party.
Yeah, the chronicler, as he's called. Uh,
Ugh, gross. There's a roach in my coffee pot.
ew! I did not
Yuck.
need to know that. uh, if-
Yucky.
Roleplay your character. Levere would be eating it right now.
Levere, look, Levere might eat wood in a
Weevils.
pinch, but he's above eating a cockroach raw.
What about weevils?
I mean, I think it would be
Weevils
cooked at
are
this point.
fine.
Okay. Eventually you make it to the Harvester's Hall. It is built the same way as the one y'all saw in Medicto. It has the same architecture, although instead of being made of wood, it's carved from made from alabaster and sandstone bricks.
Alabaster.
Yeah,
That's
I
pretty
can't
expensive.
eat the walls here.
As you
That's
park
cowards talk.
as you park your cart and enter inside, you can hear various conversations from not necessarily sober members. One of them's just being like, one of them is a halfling and a Goliath, being like, "Hey, look, I don't get why you're mad, okay? 2 infernal chickens, 4,000 gold, easy job. Well, it's too easy. I want a challenge." And then you pass by another group that's a couple humans, one saying, Look. Okay, you've never been to Gelée. You don't know anyone from Gelée, so how do you know that exists? Ah, please. Tapir isn't flat. That you can't just say the other side of the world doesn't exist just because you've never personally been there. If it was flat, then how would the sun do anything? Pfft, you believe in the sun? And then another is a tiefling and a gnome, and the tiefling is mad, says, "I'm not mad about the arm. I'm mad because you lost my tattoos." And he shows off his arm, which is halfway between the elbow and wrist. There's just a divide where a sleeve tattoo is just gone, and it's like, and the gnome's just like, "Hey, we didn't lose it. I got it right here," and just just starts poking him with a severed arm. And eventually you make your way to the front desk of the Harvester's Hall.
Hey, Silver, real quick.
What?
Oh no.
Can you leave the call and come back in? You're really skippy.
Aw. You didn't hear my funny
Yeah, a little bit.
jokes.
Oh no, we heard
we
it.
heard
It's just
them.
it was skippy while you were doing it.
Okay.
Like robot.
Okay, there we go.
The phrase.
Ah, yes,
Say some
robot.
things.
Yeah, this
Please?
is me talking right now.
It's worse.
Oh,
It's still
that is
bad.
worse.
hold on. I think I might be having a little bit of internet problems. I'm just gonna troubleshoot the internet.
All right.
What? All right.
Oh, gee, I barely heard. I think you said troubleshoot.
Yeah, I did.
All right.
Anywho.
Yeah.
Sorry, I recently upgraded my computer to Windows 10, and its way of troubleshooting the internet is not nearly as good as Windows 7's troubleshoot.
Maybe not, but now at least you're able to play modern video games.
Alright. Alright, so, eventually you make it to the front desk. And it is a tiefling woman. She's got some jewels decorating her horns. Her skin is a nice yellow, and her hair is a sort of a bronze color. And she says, "How can I help you?"
Yes. Hello. We're in town for a bit, and we're registered with the Harvester's Hall in shoot.
Didn't we register in a small town?
It was sort of small. What? Shoot. Was it Marmium? Did we go all the way down to Marmium?
No, it was Medicto, the capital of
Medicto.
Shamira.
Right. We're registered with the Harvester's Hall in Medicto.
All right. Well, do you have the proof of membership?
Yes. Hold on. I'll dig through my inventory and grab it.
All right. You grab the bag of colding and show the clasp on it, and says, "Yep, that's definitely one of ours." All right. So, how long are you planning on staying, or are you looking for work? What's the situation?
Oh, we're only planning on staying for a few days at most, I think.
All right.
You don't think a week? I was thinking a week.
A week. I'd say a week lies under a few days.
All right. Yeah, we got a room available. What is your group called?
We are the False Sun Crew.
All right. 7 days. All Sun Crew. All right. She writes all that down and then spins the ledger around and pushes it towards you along with the quill and says, "All right, just sign right here and here."
All right. I'll leave the signing to the captain.
Yeah, Captain, put down your mark.
Alright.
One of these days, we really got to play a game where none of us are literate.
She'll. Oh, she needs to.
All right. So, once you sign, she says, "All right. You have the room. It is on the third floor. It is room 327," and hands you a brass key. Make sure you bring that key back when you leave the hall.
Is it the 327th room, or is it the 27th room on the third floor?
The 27th room on the third floor.
Okay. We gotta climb the stairs.
Well,
Wait,
come
is there a
on.
place we can park our cart?
We do have a stable around back. I'll have the staff bring it. Which one is yours?
Are there any distinctive markings, or is it just the one with the camels? Because I don't think that's descriptive enough at this point.
Not any that are distinctive. You rented the cart. It's got the brand of the person you rented it from.
Do we have like the receipt anywhere so we can show them the brand?
I'll just go outside and point at it.
All right. The staff nods and takes it into the stable and comes back with a claim check to hand you, and they one of the staff members says, "Just bring this to us whenever you're ready to pick them up. Don't lose it, because we can't bring them to you without it. It's a claim check."
This is how we end up accidentally switching with someone else.
All right.
Wow.
I just had a bottle of new Sunkissed flavor, by the way, mango orange, pretty good.
Yeah, sounds about right.
I'm having a monster. It says it's papillion flavored.
Yeah.
What's a papillion?
Oh. So,
Papillion?
as you make your way to the rooms, finding your room, if it was a single person room, it would be fairly large, but to accommodate 5 people, it's not. It's a little bit cramped. There are bedrolls that are provided.
Not beds.
No, they have bedrolls rolled up. There's about 7 bedrolls total in the room. It's fair to guess that's probably the general maximum capacity that they lean towards for these lodgings. But it's mildly cramped with the 5 of you, as you're finally getting a bit of lodging, and it is a bit cool in here. It is shelter away from the harsh desert sun.
What?
It does grant us shelter from harsh weather.
That is good. We need shelter. Sushi's gonna go to a corner and like roll out a couple bedrolls into a square.
I really need to get a carpenter. Add like a floor to my ethereal realm.
I mean, if you did, you could theoretically sleep in there as long as you kept the door open.
Yeah, I'd have to see a wizard about getting like an enchanted door alarm.
I wonder if you could keep like some form of alchemically pressurized oxygen in there or something.
Maybe. Or mechanically compressed if McCreer... Can McCreer do that?
Theoretically, but it feels like it would be more difficult to get where we currently are.
Probably. Maybe I can just save up my money and get one of those necklaces that lets me breathe in space.
We could have used that in the past. We fell into a rift once.
We
could have
didn't
tripped.
fall. We didn't fall into the rift. We very carefully avoided falling into the rift.
Okay, fine. We tiptoed into a rift, and there was, complete and utter void below us. The prospect of eternal falling.
There's also just the teensy little problem of I have no idea if that door can be opened from the other side.
Didn't we open it from the other side when we had to? When
Did
we
we?
got stuck between the things?
Yes.
Right, we did.
Yes, if you bring the key in with you, it can be opened from the inside, but it'll open in the exact place that it was closed from.
Right.
And if that's on a relative location,
subjective thing.
if it's on a relative location, then that can cause problems. But if it's on a non-relative location, then I mean that can also have other problems.
It's always a relative location. It just
you know what I mean.
how
You know
relative.
damn well what I mean. The difference from opening it in the middle of the air versus opening it on a wall of a ship.
The ship's probably better though, right? Because then it would follow the ship.
Yeah, the ship would
it won't follow the ship.
If you open it on the wall of the ship, it will.
Good.
Neat.
Because if we're opening it like into the wall of a building or in the air, then we're opening it relative to the planet we're on. If the planet moves, does our planet move?
You don't know. I mean, there's people who think that it's flat.
We have no proof whether or not it is, honestly, because we've never been that far.
Well, are you convinced by the conversation you overheard coming in? Is Sushi a flat Tapir?
That this is the only that the map that we have is all that there is on this place.
Is that what?
That isn't a whole nother hemisphere to the planet.
We're fairly certain that there's another half to the planet, but Sushi is from as far east as the current map goes, and she's never seen anyone come from that direction.
So is Sushi a flat Tapir believer?
She's a skeptic.
She's a globe Tapir skeptic. Oh my god, it's wonderful. What is she gonna believe the other part of the thing? Is she gonna start saying the sun is fake?
Side note, that is my favorite line from the How to Train Your Dragons franchise. My aunt was cursed to find the ends of the world. She just kept coming around the other side. She guess she never found it.
Alright. So, what's y'all's plan of action as y'all unpack your stuff here in the Harvester's quarters?
I'm gonna stack as many bedrolls as I can on top of each other.
Alright, it's not that hard.
Yay, squishy mats. If Sushi had a bag of holding, she'd just have a tatami mat in her bag and be folding that out.
I'm gonna take my key and open it up.
Alright, Kishi, you just see the kobold pull out a glass key, a key that looks like it's made of frosted glass, and just hold it in the air for 30 seconds, and then twist, and suddenly a door of light opens up, and there's a bunch of random shit inside. The interior is a 10 by 10 by 10 cube that is just full of crap, and the walls are of somewhat
Slightly teal.
yeah, and transparent. You can see that there are other cube rooms, some of which filled with random stuff, just as far as the eye can see through the glass.
Wow, is this you guys' luggage?
I need
Oh,
to get
just
myself
mine.
one of those keys. I'm still salty that you bought the key before I could.
Yeah, well, it's because I'm cool and bought it.
No, it's because you called dibs.
I did call dibs and then I bought it. Also
That's not
inside,
cool.
inside the space, you do see a severed head.
Aren't there
Ah.
several severed heads, or did we throw some of them
No,
overboard?
There's
we threw some of them overboard. We do still have the pontiff's head.
Why do we still have that one?
We kept it so we can interrogate it.
Oh, yeah.
and then
We
you
just
didn't.
haven't gotten around to it. You know, honestly, probably might be helpful considering we've got the spear again.
Yeah.
I'm just going to ignore that, by the way. So
We'll do. Don't worry. It's a cultist.
yeah, I'm not gonna.
He subjugated an entire town to his oppressive whims. Don't
Doesn't he
worry.
not have a jaw? Who was the person we cut off at the jaw?
Not the pontiff. Anyway, it's fine. There's no air in here, so I pull out a cactus fruit and I close the door.
Go ahead and roll perception, everyone.
Perception.
Perception.
Including myself?
Yeah.
That's a 19.
Oh, nice.
That's a nat 20.
Nice.
Perception.
Why do I always get nat 20 on the things that aren't
I got a
super
12.
important?
I got
This
a
might be super important.
You got a what?
12.
Hashtag for doubt.
Okay, and what did you get, Varen?
17, yep.
Alright. So everyone but Kishi notices that an envelope gets slid under the door to the harvester quarters.
Then we'll go over and
Alright,
grab it.
Sushi's gonna go get it.
Beat you to it.
Both of y'all roll dex, see who gets it first.
Checks.
Yeah.
Nat 20.
18. God damn it.
Alright,
I saw it first.
you manage to, like,
No.
as you see Sushi, like, dive for it, you manage to do a somersault and kick off of the door, grabbing it mid-somersault and doing a sick backflip, holding it. It is an envelope with a wax seal. The seal is a crimson wax and depicts a bird.
Can you tell
Interesting.
what kind of bird? Are any of us on ornithologists? Oh, Corvus. You know that bird,
It's
right?
it's a stylized
racist?
it's a stylized bird.
Is that racist?
Yes.
For me to ask.
Yes. Yes,
Just a
very
little bit.
incredibly.
Kishi
That's Sushi. Sushi constantly bees fantasy racist.
Kishi might recognize it.
Who?
Kishi might recognize it.
Recognize what?
The crest on the wax seal.
Hey,
what?
Kishi,
Yep.
you're noble, right? You know fancy symbols and wax seals. Can you take a look at that?
Sure. Let me take a look.
All right.
Oh, while he's doing that, I'm gonna bite into my cactus fruit. Let me make a Constitution save.
Okay.
Are those the
Very well
hallucinogenic
shown.
ones?
That's a 10.
So,
Look, Revere can have a little bit of recreational psychedelics before he goes to bed.
so, roll a d4.
Roll a d4.
All right,
No. Lavir rolls a
Oh.
d4.
1.
Okay, you're only gonna be fucked up for an hour. It hits a lot faster this time, as you know, the room starts like changing colors, and it feels like the world is like shifting back and forth, like you're back on the boat. Kishi, as you're looking at the wax seal, you recognize that it is a crest of one of the noble families. It is the crest of the Aurum family.
Yeah, guys, so that's the crest of the Aurum family.
Aurum.
Indeed.
Does that sound familiar, or
To me?
to us?
Oh, okay.
Aurum means gold.
You're right. For some reason, I was thinking autumn. Augustine? You know, the silver one.
Lavir's on the floor.
Sushi pets Lavir's head.
Alright. So yeah. Y'all do anything?
Do you read
Open
what
the
it
letter,
says?
y'all.
What do you know about what do you know about them?
So what do I know about them?
The Aurum family is extremely reclusive. There's only one person in it, as far as you know. It's a new family, only like maybe 3 generations, having been around for 3 of their generations. And
You're reading in your mic.
and very
How?
and the current heir of the Aurum estate is reclusive and also dresses very gaudily and very tacky for a noble person, as though they're trying to make a point to show that they have money, which is
So they're show-offs.
Well, the
So they're
one is
new
a
money.
show off.
yeah, the one is.
They're not specifically nouveau riche, but 3 generations.
Well, about 100 years or so, which in this
Yeah.
time frame is nouveau riche, considering there's families that have been around for like 1,000 at least.
See, I want to say I want to feel superior, but my family's only had money for like 8 years.
A generation.
No, 6 years. So
Yeah. So yeah, that's why you know. You've met the heir, Viscount Balar Aurum, like maybe once or twice.
Right.
Total.
Events and stuff.
Yeah.
So, do you
So-
want to open it, Baron? Captain? So she just kind of leans forward and starts to poke a claw into it.
Open it.
Up goes the weasel. And well, the seal in this case.
All right. As you pop the seal open and unfold the paper,
Oh.
I'm gonna send you what it says.
I was 50-50, kind of hoping it would be enchanted to start playing music nonstop.
It does. It is full of confetti. Like the
Right.
gold, like golden confetti. that
At least it's
falls.
not
She
glitter.
opens it up, and confetti, just gold flake, just goes.
Yeah, gold dust just goes all over the ground, as well as
Oh, it is glitter.
as well as 2 gold coins.
Dear
You know, to the
Falstein
average
crew, you are
person-
cordially invited to the Aurum estate for a dinner with Viscount Bilar Aurum in honor of your exploits in Silver Mistal 4 months earlier. Should you accept, please arrive at sundown and present this letter to the personal guard outside the premises. Enclosed are funds to acquire a public transport wagon. We at the Aurum estate sincerely hope to dine with you. Your humble host, Viscount Bilar Aurum. Sounds interesting.
Well, if we're gonna do that, we should probably get better clothes.
Yeah, probably.
All right, you got maybe about 3 hours before sundown.
Oh, okay.
Oh, then Levere greatly misjudged what the time. He thought he was gonna go to sleep.
Okay, we should probably find something to wear soon then.
Yeah, we should probably also, I guess, drag Levere to a tailor.
I believe.
Is
Don't y'all still have those clothes that y'all got when y'all attended the
Yeah,
ball?
we've got our fancy clothes from the ball.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they're not. But they're like 3 months out of date.
I don't care.
Are you insulting Agatha's work? Are you insulting Agatha's
Yes.
apparel?
Oh,
Who do you
God
think
damn it,
you are?
Agatha.
Corvus?
Oh, Agatha.
I am just offended by that.
Shit, I left some of my
You
clothes
should
in
be.
my chest on the boat.
Usually, my retainers deal with the clothes situation.
Why is it?
Yeah.
You're fine. Usually, you just wear a coat that's like slightly more fancy.
Well,
Well, we still have time if we can get something kind of as is.
alright.
I feel like Levere would look good with like a deep V-neck.
Kishi,
Shiny.
Yo,
you would know the perfect place to buy clothes. It's a bit pricey, but you do know a place to get some in a quick time.
alright, so I'm gonna tell them. So, well, I do know a place where we can get some clothes, but it might be a bit out of reach in price. Maybe.
Really,
I don't know how guys
have
you are.
money,
how you guys
but
are
it
financially.
should be okay.
Alright, I'm gonna
That's good.
take you guys there then.
Thank you.
Alright.
I'll
Sounds
lead
cool.
the way to the store.
Alright. As you wind around, it's about a half hour's travel, and you finally come to a spot into a shop with several mannequins on display with varying outfits. All of them look pretty good, and you can see that it is a half-elf woman that is currently working on a dress that is made of a material that can even now you can see it's made of layers of somewhat transparent fabric, but it's multiple layers. So by the time you get to that many layers, it's covering up everything reasonably well, as well as allowing it to breathe, because that is a necessity here in the desert. Kishi, you would know that this is a seamstress known as Aloth Runmei.
I'm a regular here.
You've met people who... This is where... Yeah, you're probably a regular. You've been going here since you were, like, 5. This is where your clothes ended up getting made.
Of course, of course. So I tell her hi and tell her that we're looking for some really nice clothing for an event tonight.
Oh,
How you two
tonight.
speaking?
Rush order. Well, I do have many things that I suppose I could. I do have some things that are already made, but would require some fitting.
Question:
Yes.
How how much longer is left on Levere?
Uh. Well, it was about 30 minutes to get here. Maybe about 5 minutes between eating the fruit and leaving. So about
Did
25.
we bring him along?
If you want to stay at the, if you want to stay at the quarters, I'll allow you to stay. You do have that fancy coat after all, and you still have your clothes from the ball.
Yeah. All right. Levere will stay at the hall
Okay.
Okay.
instead of being dragged by the foot by Sushi.
I was gonna more like throw you over my shoulder like a potato stack.
I think Sushi would doesn't Sushi also have her noble clothes because that's what she wears when she doesn't wear her armor?
Technically,
Yeah,
yes,
but that's
she
her
has
regular
her old
noble
ones.
clothes.
She's going to at least check it out. It might not be easy for her to get clothes though, because small.
Okay. As she looks,
Inhale.
as she gets the measurements for Varen and Sushi, she says, "Yes. For a rush job, I suppose I could get it done. What is the time frame that we need?
Like about 2.5 hours.
All right. Yes. For that, in 2 hours, come back. I can do it for 80 gold each.
Fair.
And we'll
How
hand
many
over
gold are in a platinum?
10.
to 8 platinum.
All right.
So she's gonna start counting platinum from her wallet.
We're just gonna hand over 80 gold.
All right. Thank you. And
Thank
thank you.
Sushi's going to hand over 80 gold like a normal person.
Thank you.
She has them like tied up into like rolls of 10.
Yeah. Come back in 2 hours' time and I will have something for you, she says as she places the money into a place for safekeeping and then goes to some mannequins, looks at a couple, and grabs some clothes off of a gnome mannequin and then one off a humanoid mannequin. And takes those into the back to try and refit. So you got about
Neat.
2 hours to kill.
All right.
Or do you just want to use it for a short rest?
I mean, we don't really have status conditions, so short rest, but I was thinking we could get some tea or something. Do you want tea, Captain?
Cool. Friend's gonna do her hair a little bit and try to make herself look a little bit nicer.
All right. Eventually, the 2 hours pass, and you return back with Levere this time to pick up your
Probably have
clothes.
taken a bath.
Yes, you smell fresh, having taken a bath at the bathing stations in the Harvester's Hall, and return to
You
pick
smell
up.
of lavender.
Yes, and return to pick up your dresses. The dress for you, Sushi,
Lavender.
is
Can't take lavender.
the dress for you,
What's wrong
Sushi.
with lavender?
the dress for you, Sushi, is red with a crimson trim and patterns that geometric patterns running up the sleeves. And for you, Varen, it is a green dress with a silver trim and similar geometric patterns. And they fit perfectly and breathe very well.
Nice.
Yes.
It's really nice.
All right.
Did you say red with crimson trim?
No, crimson with gold trim.
Okay, that makes more sense.
Yeah. So, you, after you get dressed, in your clothes and, get yourself prepared, you, take a public, transport, carriage to, the Aurum estate. The fee being, 12 silver.
A piece or all together?
Altogether.
Alright.
It's basically a taxi.
And the funds for that were already given to us, so
Yeah, in the envelope, along with the gold glitter, there was 2 gold coins.
That's enough to
Cool.
get fare and tip the driver.
yep. How you feeling, Bear?
Oh, I'm feeling alright.
Yeah. Your eyes are back to normal.
I only saw shapes for like about an hour. While
That's for
we're
the best.
riding, I would like to look out and see if I notice any shops with alliterative names. Keeping an eye out for Taffel.
You do actually spot in the distance, in the in the area where it shifts from middle class to high class. You do see Tavel's shop in the distance. Eventually, you make it. The carriage stops, and they open the door to let you out to a manor that has a wall surrounding its perimeter and 2 guards at the front entrance of the wall. Yeah, the front entrance of the wall.
Okay.
Guards. We're supposed to hand them the letter, right?
And we'll hand it to him.
All right. They look at it, look at you, give you a nod, and let you through. As you walk through, you can see this manor has an irrigation system that keeps a garden of what to them is considered exotic flowers, the kinds you'd see blooming everywhere in places like Shamira and Nizlat. In Shamira and Vistar. Sorry, I got my kingdoms confused. You're in Nizlat. But as you come up to the massive doors to the main foyer, and one of the guards opens it for you. You can see a large room with polished marble tiles and a silk carpet running up staircase, which splits into 2. It runs up halfway and then splits left and right, leading to the upper portion of the foyer, where you can see a human figure. He is wearing some very, very flashy robes, and the kind that the kind that you saw the kind of flashy robes you'd have seen in uh, uh, the temple of Tyr when it was being run by, like that level of gaudy and tacky.
Oof.
Yeah. Like it has it's got gold trim that is much thicker than any of the trims you've seen people wearing around, that seems to just keep catching light everywhere. So it's always in a constant glimmer. It's a beautiful it's a beautiful turquoise blue that has a sort of gradient into an aqua blue as its main
I
colors.
suppose.
He is looking at you and leaning on a cane as he starts coming down the stairs. One of the guards at the door says, "All right, you're gonna need to leave your weapons with me." And the man says, "No, that won't be necessary. They're allowed to have it. They're our honored guests." As he-
Sushi picks up her sword and starts putting it inside her tummy.
They're not going to take your weapons. All right, you're our honored guests.
Oh, I think she knows. I think she just wants to do it to be fancy.
Well, I can't argue with taste. So you are.
No, you cannot.
That's supposed to
Sushi
mean
will bow.
something.
Sushi will awkwardly bow. She bows in a Japanese style, not like
Yeah.
a.
Yeah. He nods, says, "So you are the false sun crew I've heard so much about."
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Wonderful. My my two advisors are currently waiting in the are currently helping put the finishing touches on the dish tonight. I hope you like soup. I have prepared a soup. Well,
Sounds wonderful.
I am having the chefs prepare the soup. That is what they are for. So, while it is being, while it's still cooking, I am sorry for the delay. Would you like a tour of this place? I have many questions I'd like to ask you.
Oh, the delay's no problem. We'd love a tour.
Ah, perfect. There's really only one place I want to take you. Come, follow. And he slowly walks up the steps, holding onto the guardrail with one hand and leaning on the cane with the other as he makes his way up.
Ren's gonna take a look around as she goes up, looking for anything interesting or suspicious.
Roll perception. Oh yeah, he's got black hair. He's got black hair and oh wait, I think I already. Yeah, tan skin, and his hair is pulled up into like a ponytail.
I would also like to ask a question.
What's up?
I meant to ask it earlier, but I didn't want to interrupt.
What's up?
With him looking at us, looking at his face, would he happen to look familiar at all?
No.
All right, okay. I was kind of wondering if he was gonna be the guy that we saw in the mirror.
No, that guy had a beard.
Okay.
This man is clean shaven. He looks to be about in his 30s, whereas the man in the mirror looked to be in his mid 40s to early 50s.
Okay.
As he walks you on up the stairs and down a hallway, he says, The thing I really wanted to show you was my trophy room. I
That's a
needed.
16 perception, by the way.
Oh, as you're walking by, you can see that there are portraits lining this hallway, and they all look like him, but with different like facial hair and hairstyles, but like the same general face is the same. It's 3 pictures total. One of them is of him. The third one is of him, but the other 2 look like him.
It'd be
with...
really funny if it was just him putting on a funny mustache.
Oh no, that is my father. And this is my grandfather. And he gestures to the first one, which has the full beard. The second one is just a mustache, and then he's clean shaven. My father.
Insight.
Okay.
What's
Let
your
me make
son
sure
gonna
this
have? Just a soul patch?
Unfortunately, I don't have a son.
So
yeah?
spinning. 19.
What were you doing insight on?
This is my grandfather, and this is my father.
Yeah. How believable is that?
I mean, seems believable enough. You said 19?
Question:
Yep.
Are the curtains on the windows drawn?
Huh?
Are we dealing with a secret vampire?
No, the curtain, the
No,
sun...
vampires have taste. This is more of like a Dorian Gray scenario.
No, the let's see, it's currently, you came in from the south facing north. The window, there is light coming through the windows, but like you'd need to be on the western part of the estate to have like direct sunlight rather than just general light.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I see,
But
I
the
see.
curtains are not drawn. Or wait, the
see.
curtains are not closed, I mean. They are open.
Yeah.
As he leads you down, or as he leads you up to the a door, he says, "This is my trophy room. I am a bit of a historian, you see. I was hoping you could actually verify one of my recent acquirements."
Oh, huh.
Cool.
Stepping in, you can see various items. You can see a tapestry.
Are they under glass?
Yes. Most of them are. You can see a tapestry that is depicting... It is woven out of colored silks, and it is depicting a fierce battle between devils and angels. You can see Varen, you can see the perennial thorn behind glass. And he's just walking casually by and leads you to another room off to the side and says, "This is my newest, the newest thing I have acquired." And he opens it, and you can see what looks like brown leather that has been stretched over a frame and covered in a gray dust, a grayish black dust.
I want to poke it.
Please do not. Please do
I'd
not
stop
poke
her from poking it.
it. Please don't poke it.
Sushi wants to touch everything that isn't currently under glass.
This will be under glass
Sushi?
if I can verify its authenticity, okay?
What is it?
Well, I'm glad you asked.
Wait a minute. I have
Yeah.
an idea, but I'll let you go on.
No, I'd love to hear your ideas.
Would that happen to be upholstery from the chair that that Cornello was incinerated in?
Quite possibly. I acquired it from a very interesting, eccentric merchant that is local to the town. After I heard of the exploits.
eccentric.
So,
Got some very interesting things.
yes, I like to think of myself as a historian.
Wait, was that the couch we skinned?
I do believe.
As far as he's aware, it is.
I genuinely don't remember what couch we skinned. I just remember that being part of the rhyme. Shame the bird, skin the couch.
Yes, the perfect
Yeah.
We
rhyme.
skinned the couch because we thought someone could get some money out of that.
Yeah.
Well, apparently.
So you do recognize it. That is what I wanted to make sure. That it was authentic and I did not lose out on a small mint. So, you say that this was the devil, the incursive General Cornello.
Yes.
Kind of.
It wasn't kind of. He was disguised.
Yeah, it's not like he died.
He died. Look, you know how devils are. They die, they come back, they die again.
Well, you have to kill them in their own domain in order to kill them. Same with
Yeah, but
Celestials.
he's banished, so he can never go back there. So I guess he's immortal? Then?
Well, no, if you kill him, he would come. I am curious, how did... I heard rumors that it was him, and you've just confirmed that it was. How did he get through? Because as far as I was aware, that they were trapped in their own plane.
He's been here the whole time.
He got
Yeah.
kicked out. You see,
Yeah.
after the whole incursion, he decided to steal one of the flames from his domain, or from his boss's domain, I guess. And
he
they
stole his own
weren't-
flame, right?
Yeah, he stole the flame, and they weren't very happy about it. So they
So they
kicked
kind of just
him out.
left him there.
How did they kick him out of hell? You can't just kick someone out of hell.
Well, I think he was already
Uh,
out, like, he just kind of left. Like, this was before they were permanently stuck in there.
No, they became... Trust me, I'm a historian. They became bound to their planes at the... It is what marked the end of the incursion.
Yeah, but
As
He-
far... Him sealing the flame... from what I have read, it did not happen until at least a few hundred years later, maybe 1,000.
I think maybe he like got his contract reworded or something.
Hmm. Curious.
by the way, what is it with this universe and magic weapons?
Well,
What do you
I feel like
mean?
there's a lot
Magic?
of them.
Yeah. What do you mean? Magic weapons are really common.
And yet you somehow have a bracer.
I have a magic weapon. It's a poison dagger. I got it from a
not like a-
cultist.
simple.
Not like a legendary magic weapon.
Simple magic and enchants are frequent to come by, especially in this part of the world. However, the real things, the artifacts, those are where the interests lie. Look at this one. And he gestures to the perennial thorn that is under the glass. This one is just a replica, okay? I have the real one stored away in a very secure location. But this one
Oh,
is
do
just...
you?
Yes, this is a really
Yeah,
nice
right.
replica.
Ray's gonna
not to
glance
be
at her hip.
not to be a bit of a pedantic, but yours is clearly lesser make because they got the petals all wrong. It's supposed to be all bloomed like this.
That's because this isn't fully awakened.
Right.
Right.
Have you heard
Sure.
I give Varen a tap.
Sure. That's very
Varen
funny,
looks
but
amused.
I do have the original in my vault, so that's a nice joke. You hear a
Why would you?
bell
Okay,
ring.
here's the thing. Why would you think that the original would be stuck there? It's an artifact.
Because I have it in very, very secure location. I have it in a place that very few people can even go. I can show you after dinner.
Yeah, but artifacts tend not to like to stay in secure locations. So she's gonna summon her sword to her hand.
Ah, simple soul binding enchant. But here's the thing. That only works when it's bound to someone.
And
Mine...
it was bound
Mine is not bound to anyone, or else I would not have been
Yes,
able to
yes.
acquire it and get it in a safe location.
No,
None
it's
of them are
definitely
bound.
not bound to the, soul of the
I'd have
the devil.
sushi. I'd have
Well,
sushi.
if it was brought into the Nine Hells, then perhaps. But she is Carmilla is in the Nine Hells, and the sword is here, so they cannot go to each other. It's planar magic. It's simple. You'd have to
Alright.
bring the thorn to the Hells in order for that to cause a conflict, and luckily, I'm keeping it far away from the Hells.
So
Anywho,
she's just gonna kind of lean over to Levere. Is there a way we can make him less stupid? Like,
would you?
Him?
if you hit him with your bracer enough times, will like magic wear off in his head?
I'm not going to attack the man. He just invited us to his house.
Also, I can hear you.
Yeah, you were supposed to. Anyway,
It is dinner time.
That sounds
Yes.
great.
Yes, it is wonderful. He leads you down.
Did we bring Kishi along?
I would hope so.
Yep, I'm
yeah,
here.
Kishi,
Yeah.
Corvus are here.
Everyone is here.
Okay, good. That's what I thought.
I just have
but
no
we
idea
can
what you're
quiet.
talking about, so just quiet.
That's fair.
So he leads you down to the he leads you down to the kitchen, which is on the west side. As you enter, you can see that it is a large. As you're walking, you can see a bird just strutting around, headed towards the dining room as well. It resembles a peacock, although its feathers are a bright red that taper off into oranges and yellows, making it look like fire.
By the way, quick question.
What's up?
How long do we guys usually go at it?
About an hour from now is usually the end
Usually
time.
till sometime between 9 and 9:30. Like people have to leave before 9:30, so
Yeah,
9:30 Eastern time.
we'll be going for
Yeah.
like usually another hour or so, maybe a little less.
Because I do gotta go now, though. That's what I was asking.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's fine. That's
Okay.
fine.
yeah.
Alright, cool.
Sounds good.
Now that I know, I'll make more time next week. I just didn't think it was gonna go.
That's fine.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem like we're going to be really
We're
combat
gonna meet
heavy.
next week. We're gonna meet again in 2 weeks.
Yeah,
Oh, in 2 weeks?
Yes,
Oh,
2 weeks.
okay.
Yeah, every other week we do it.
Yes.
If you
Oh,
want,
alright.
you can guest star on my thing next week, but like,
Well, it's Curse of Strahd.
We can talk about
yeah,
that.
but like,
Yeah.
Send me a
you're
DM.
in
Yeah,
a place
that-
where you
well,
kind of could
Let's
use the help.
we can talk about that after this session.
That's fair.
Yeah.
So as
See you.
yeah, as you enter the as you enter the dining room, you can see that there are tables set out for you, or there are chairs set out for you, and there are two figures already sitting at the table towards the head. The head is on the western side of the head of the table is on the western side of the room with
How
a.
long is the table?
The table is, let me double check. It is long, by the way. I'm gonna double check. So let me just count it.
I
real
just
quick.
want to know exactly how comedic it would be if
1,
I
2, 3,
sat at the
4,
foot
5,
of the table.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 50 feet long.
Okay, so really comedic.
Yes.
Good to know.
You made a map of the dining room.
It is.
That does not bode well for us.
It's a beautiful
I'm
dining
gonna be
room.
honest.
It's a beautiful dining room. Okay. So there is a perch just under a stained glass window of the bird that the bird sits on, basking in the light coming, the sunlight, the light of the setting sun coming through the window. The other two figures there is a woman with auburn hair, who is sitting to the left of the head, and sitting to the right of the head of the table is a man in about in his late 40s, early 50s, wearing a black robe, or a red robe with black trim and a goatee.
Okay, I guess we're instantly suspicious of the man.
Please take your seats over there.
Yes.
The Viscount Aurum says, gesturing towards the foot of the table where there are 5 chairs set up. He takes his seat at the head of the table, and
Yeah.
I see. We have both learned the ways of comedic timing. Anyway, Varen, are you going to take the foot, or do you want one of us to take the foot?
I'll take the foot.
all right.
Okay. I guess we'll put human at the end, then the other larges, and then the smalls in the middle? Or other way around?
Either way works.
Yeah.
We sit at the table.
Yeah.
Yes. Once you sit down, the servants bring out some soup for you that smells pretty delicious.
What kind of soup?
Tasting it's a chicken stew that's got a nice spice to it.
No, like thin or chunky?
Chunky.
Okay. Sushi starts to drink her soup.
Mm-hmm. Do you like this recipe? It's actually one of the newer ones we got. It was Viraj can tell you, and he gestures to the man sitting to his right, and Viraj says, "Oh yes, there was this young man who came in and who we gave shelter to, and he was a surprisingly good cook. And after some kindness, we managed to get the recipe from him before sending him on his way."
It's pretty good. Did he happen to say where he was from?
The woman says, "Oh, I believe he was from the Vistar capital. I think. Oh, what was it called? Fishio? Is that what it was called?
Fitio, but
Fitio, right?
Okay.
Yes. Yes. So, Viscount says, so, I would love to know every detail of what happened in Silimasol.
Which one was Silver Masal?
Diller Mastal is where Perry lives. The Cornello fight?
They were corrupt. Is that the...
Yes.
That's pretty much it.
You see, the incursive General Cornello had managed to sneak his way into the local church in Sailor Mastal.
They kind of consolidated the clergy, slowly removed the lower churches from power to the point where one stood completely abandoned, and just started to take as many donations as possible for indulgences, or whatever the equivalent is.
That is concerning.
I think I peed on a god.
I don't recommend doing that.
I wanted
I don't
to.
think you peed on an actual... I think it was just a statue, Sushi.
So I do have some questions, because I have heard various accounts of what happened by people who may have been third-hand witnesses. Did anyone get decapitated?
Did we decapitate people then? And it
I
would
do believe we
normally be me.
decapitated an imp, but they maybe taught. We did take off the head of the statue of Tyr.
Hmm. Okay, I could see how
You-
that could get through through the down the grapevine. That could get misconstrued. Well, did he say how? Did he say what? How did he even get into power? Because it's. I find it very difficult to believe that a devil would manage to become the head of a church with.
Well, what he
without
did
help.
is he took the place of a preacher like a pastor or whatever they're called from another town. Yeah, a priest from another town that was being sent there about
yes,
50 years
the
ago.
previous years ago, the previous head priest of the Church of Tyr in Sirlum Ostal, Grand High Priest, I think is the actual title, had fallen ill, and this promising young pastor from a I can't remember if it was local or distant city came or was recommended to be the replacement for the Grand
Recommended?
High Priest.
By whom?
Yes. I'd have to. We have it. We have the letter around somewhere. It's probably on our ship though. We can. If you're fine with it, we can use a sending spell to send you the name later.
Yes. I mean, is there any way you could remember it now?
I can.
Because if he has allies, that
Let
is
me-
very concerning.
Let me
Well,
think
I mean, this
really
was
hard.
like decades ago.
Okay, hold on.
This was a very
Grand.
long con.
Let me look through. Out of character, let me look through the notes.
It would be like towards the beginning.
Yeah, this was a while
Yeah,
ago.
let's see.
Yeah, this was like 3 months into the campaign.
How many years have we been going on this campaign?
We
2?
we are
Nearly?
uh
Aren't we coming on 2?
I'm remembering a name. A Lady Jessamine?
Jessamine. Does not ring a bell, but I can try to use my contacts to find out any information on her. We wouldn't want to repeat
Yes.
now, would we?
We wouldn't, but I wouldn't be too worried about Cornello.
He kind of wiped his hands of the conflict. He seems like he's just kind of bored of it.
Yeah.
Well, regardless, an incursive general being in
seriously,
the
like,
material plane
More
would
than
be
30 years. Oh, sorry.
well. An incursive general being on the material plane is still something to be worried about. I mean, what if the others find out a way to get through?
It would be concerning.
Why would they want to?
It'd be concerning at the very least, I'd say. To try to take over the world a second time.
Yeah, but they
Anyway,
don't like
Anyway, back to the story. After he had managed to get into a seat of power, what he did was he had hidden within a new statue of Tyr, a gem that kind of hid him from Tyr, so that he was able
Was
to,
it one or two
kind
gems?
of. There was one gem hidden inside the chest of the statue. The gems in the eyes weren't magic; they were just gigantic sapphires. And I mean giant. Levere holds up his hands to indicate about the size and shape of the ball.
Oh yes, I actually have managed to purchase one from the same person that I bought that the couch piece from. I have it locked
good
away.
old Tavel.
Yes, I have it locked away in the vault until I
lean
can
over to Levere.
I can get someone professional to appraise it.
I feel that Tavel made a lot of money off of us that time.
And you know what? And you know what about that? He's going to be very happy that he did.
Ooh, we should talk to
We-
him afterwards.
We might even get a discount. Anyway, so he had managed to hide this magic gem inside of the statue to hide his presence from in a holy temple of Tyr. And so, over the course of several of a good few decades, he managed to, kind of corrupt the church, push the borders of the silver and gold districts well into the copper district, and the copper district boy, it sure became a slum. But luckily, with with Cornello out of the picture, the city is starting to rebuild very, very, very thankfully. And oh right, when we broke the statue and got rid of the gem, he screamed really loud from his office.
But that is not surprising. If it was suppressing the holy power of the temple, then having that all come out at once would probably not be healthy for a devil.
No, I think that probably is what turned the tide in our favor in the fight. Because otherwise, just a bunch of, at the time, random schmucks fighting against an incursive general probably wouldn't have gone out too well if he wasn't being punched by a god.
It was a pretty crazy time. I got cursed. Levere learned new uses for his body. The captain learned new uses for prestidigitation.
I'm not surprised. It would take a lot of people to take down an incursive general at the full power.
Yeah, but I mean, it was still a pretty good fight, though.
I wish I could have seen it. I'll make sure to record it down, because that does sound like something that should be noted for the history of the incursion.
Look, Levere, your body will be eternally memorized.
So
come on, white hips aren't that rare for kobolds.
Yeah, Viscount palms his face and says, "Oh, I'm so sorry. I was rude. I completely forgot to introduce my two advisors. Sorry, I was so eager to learn about this. Is this one right here?" And he gestures to the woman on his left. This is Selena Lisa. She is one of my advisors on my council, and the other member is Viraja Stora. They are the ones that helped me get around. And he gestures to his cane. I would hardly be able to do anything without them. They just wave at y'all.
No, my
I wave
father had
back.
an advisor like you.
So, how are you liking Reveal so far?
It's pretty good. Very good. Not liking the heat too much.
It is a little warm for my taste, but otherwise very pretty.
Hey, your scales are finally shiny.
Yeah.
That's just because I was buffed by sandstorms.
Exactly.
I pull up my sleeves a bit, and you can see that like I pull it up past the bracer, and you can see that his arm is practically green.
Ooh. The
It gets a little sweaty.
not surprising.
Yeah.
I do have some scale polish if you would like some.
Oh, that would be wonderful.
I-
There was some at a really fancy bath in uh shoot, I don't remember the name. No, it was in Ditbach. It was Ditbach.
I've never. I don't leave very often. I have my these two organize all my affairs.
Oh, that's
Speaking of
understandable.
affairs, I was hoping to ask you a quick question.
Oh, of course. How may I help you?
Oh, I just was looking for some associates of my uncle to see if they were around.
Oh?
Yeah, you know, I could use the connections. He's a merchant, you see.
Oh. I have done deals with merchants before. You've met Tattle, after all.
Of course. He's a little bit of a, a trading company merchant, though, not a small-time singular merchant.
Oh. What part of the city is he in?
Ah, see, that's the problem. I don't know where his stuff is around here. I just know that his company is around, and I was hoping to get a look at it.
Well, what is it called?
I'm sure they'd give me some help.
What's the name of it, Sushi?
Do I actually remember the name of the place? Because I got the... Is it just like
Londo.
Alfie's
Londo
Trading?
Trades.
No, Londo.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. Oh, there it is. I didn't pin that one for some reason. I pinned the guy, but not the... Yeah, it's Londo Trades. It's more of a larger trading company.
I'm not sure if I've heard of that one. He looks to the two advisors and they shrug.
Hmm.
Oh well, don't worry, Sush. We'll look around.
Well, I'm sure it's around here somewhere. He said that he did, you know,
Yes.
business around here.
He's a big time trader, so he does business.
Yeah.
This is really good soup.
Ah, yes. I'm so glad that we managed to get the recipe. And Viraj just quietly sips and says, "He was a very nice young lad. I hope he's doing well."
I hope so.
By this point, the sun finishes setting, and the room is only illuminated by various torches.
Hmm.
Oh right, I meant to say, your garden outside, wonderful. Great to see a little slice of home out here.
Oh yes, it is. It was imported. My advisors thought it should have a bit of a splash of color. It costed quite a fortune to get enough resources in here.
Oh, I'd imagine. Basically changing the entire climate of a little area must be a lot of work.
Oh yes, it is quite some work.
If nothing else, if nothing else, you'd at least have to pay wages to a druid.
Yes. I don't know any druids, unfortunately. Once the sun
Hmm.
completes its setting, the bird caws, and
What is his name again?
who?
The guy.
The Viscount?
Aurum?
Yeah.
Yeah, Blower Aurum. He sighs. Viraj, if you could go dismiss the staff and guards, ensure that there are wages for the rest of the year are paid. And Viraj nods and gets up and leaves.
Well, that doesn't sound terrifying.
I would like to extend my hospitality for the next few minutes until they are gone, and then discuss the real reason why we're all here.
Okay.
Okay.
While the advisors are gone, I would like to sort of lean in. There's obviously quite a distance due to the table.
Yeah.
The table is 10 feet wide.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We gotta kind of if we want to lean into each other, we gotta.
He's
kinda climb
nouveau
up onto
riche.
it.
He's got decorative cheese wheels.
One decorative cheese wheel and the slice of the cheese wheel over there.
Yeah.
Viraj, you said is the name of your advisor?
Yes, many people have superstitions about people named that, but
I was about to say, isn't there like really big, especially as an advisor, nonetheless?
yes. Well, in due time. Let us continue the pretenses for just a few minutes. Just until any potential collateral is no longer present. Enjoy your soup.
Baron is just gripping her sword under the table.
After a few
It
minutes,
looks just smiling.
After a few minutes, they come back and sit down and say, Silena says, all the staff has been dismissed, as well as the guards. The only ones in the premises are us three and those five. Very good. Now, you have been somewhat of a thorn in our side, but I'm going to. It is clear that you have a misunderstanding about what it is we're doing.
Yeah, I had an idea that this was coming.
Of course it was.
Yeah.
Okay, so if we're gonna have an actual conversation, could we like get closer, or
No, I think this
would that be
distance-
gauche?
It would be very gauche. So, I'm sure
Alright.
you've traveled the world a lot, right? You've seen how terrible people can be.
I suppose.
All we are trying to do is make sure that, well, there needs to be a bit of a restart, just as what happened at the end of the incursion. Although this one would be done right.
Okay, so I assume this means we can drop pretenses,
Yes.
pretending that that's the real perennial thorn.
Oh, of course. I knew as soon as I knew. We all knew that it was coming. We've been keeping an eye on you for quite some time. Luckily, the rings you took off of our more higher-ranked members have been, though they themselves are not enchanted. You should have checked under the stones because there are unique runes carved in it, which allows scrying on them to be a little easier.
Clever.
Yes.
Clever.
Yes.
It is a shame
Probably
about
sold
grading,
those.
though.
It is. He made such soup. He made such good soup. Luckily, though, we do have the recipe.
Oh, wonderful. Would you
Of
mind?
course.
Would you mind sending it to Brandy over in Vistar? I know we're
Well,
kind of enemies at the moment, but you know.
I can arrange something, but that can wait just a bit. I think that you would be perfect in joining us, since though you have been a bit of a nuisance to me personally, and to us personally, the Glimmerlord would very much like to have you as an ally.
The what?
Oh, yes, I apologize for assuming you do more than you apparently do. The Glimmerlord, the one who orchestrated this all. Viraj here is the eyes of the Glimmerlord. Tylena is the ears of the Glimmerlord, and I myself am the voice of the Glimmerlord.
Glimmerlord doesn't sound very lower planes.
He seeks only to bring forth a new age of true peace and justice, to purge the world of all corruption. And sometimes you have to get your hands dirty in order to get there. Do you understand, don't you?
Not really.
No? You've
We've
never...
gotten our hands dirty.
Yes. That is
Oh, I understand getting your hands dirty. I don't understand the goal.
Well, perhaps perhaps if my advisors share their stories, then you'll understand. They were chosen for a reason. And he gestures to Silena, and she says, I died a few hundred years ago. I'm just gonna say that flat out. I was killed by my own people. My village burned me at the stake. You want to know why?
Mm-hmm.
A plague had hit our town. People were dying on the streets on a daily basis. My own brother was infected and was going to die. But I saw a way to save the people. And all it would cost is one life. One life that was already slated for death. I made a deal with a hag. She gave us the cure in exchange for the life of my brother, who was already going to die. Is that so bad? When they found out, they accused me of dark magics, forbidden magics, and they tied me to a stake and set me on fire.
That sounds painful.
It was. And then I was brought back to life.
Coffee.
I was brought back to life by the Glimmerlord. Because he saw that I have what it takes to do what is needed to save people. And then the Viscount gestures to Viraj, and Viraj sighs and says, I suppose you already know my story, then, as you... Or at least you think you know it, judging by your comments about the name.
Ah, he heard.
I am the ears I hear many things. Okay, Chalkfee, you were like snoring in the camp.
Chalkfee.
My story is not the one that is told. My story is different because I am the only one who knows the truth of what happened. I was the only thing keeping that city from desolation. While the nobles were squandering everyone's money to fill their own pockets, I was the only one who was keeping things afloat. Yes, I forged policies, but those policies kept people from dying in the streets. And then when they found out that I was skimming off the top to give to people who deserved it, they executed me. They cut off my own head. I even warned them on my deathbed that if they continue, then they're just going to drive the entire city to ruin. When I was resurrected, I found that even its name was forgotten. Even its name was erased. Everyone I knew and loved, everyone I hated, everyone who was a part of my life, erased from existence, erased from history.
I see.
Do you know what it's like to lose everything after trying to help the very people who cause you ruination?
Oh.
The Viscount finishes his soup and says, "What we are going to offer you is a choice. 3 options. The first option, you could join us. Be a part of something greater. In the wake of the incursion that is to come, the Glimmer Lord will lead the survivors into a new civilization, a new dawn. And you could be a part of that. But if you do not wish to be a part of something greater, then you simply need to the other choices, you may leave your weapons, the perennial thorn and the lance," he says glaring at Kishi, "on the table, and then go about your own lives. Leave us be. And we will continue our work. I am sure that you will be among the survivors." The third option, the final option, you may leave, and I will give you 24 hours to get your affairs in order. And then we will find you, and we will take back what is ours. So, what is it you say?
I'm going to look at the other members of the party.
Well, as fun as that sounds, I think you can just take your offer and shove it up your ass. I'm just gonna like jump under the table and then try and stab at him with the.
He's.
I mean, it's a
kinda
very
far
long
away.
table.
It's
It's a long
it's a
table.
It is multiple rounds away.
It is 50 feet away.
50? I thought it was like 10.
No.
No,
each of
it's a
those
10-foot
squares on the
wide
map
table.
is 10. Is 5 feet. Each of the squares on the map is 5 feet.
Yeah.
This is a 50-foot. This is a 50 by 10 table.
Yeah.
In that case, while I'm running over to him, I will still use the rapier and use Firebolt.
All
on my
right.
way over.
You know, I was gonna do like a whole
All right.
speech and
As-
something. I guess the captain's
As
got
you're
it just as good.
as you're running towards and cast Firefall, rejecting all the options, choosing option D instead. I think that's where we're gonna end this session.
Yeah, no, that makes
Option
sense.
D. How about now? How about we fight now instead?
Let's go. Let's duke it out.
now that it's just us versus you and all of your guards and servants are away.
Yeah. So
There's like a 50-50 chance they are either illusions or like really high level.
all right. So with that out of well, that's gonna wrap up for this week. Definitely tune in next week, or not next week, in 2 weeks for the combat. It is the false
Can I
sun.
say the speech I wanted to say? Because that was gonna be. Oh, okay.
You can still say it during the combat.
No, because I'm gonna forget it in the next 2
Write it
weeks.
down. Send it to me. Write it down. Yeah, write it down and send it to
Okay,
me.
I'll do that.
But yeah, it is going to be the False Sun Crew versus the Order of the New Dawn. That is the...
Why is Dawn always in these cults' names? Like, every cult has Dawn in the name.
Okay, but it makes sense for this one because, you know, their motivation.
I know it does. But I know it does. It totally does. But it works every time. It sounds so good.
It's such a
but
good
it is
name!
also funny.
All right, so...
You know what I mean, though.
Yeah. So, comment challenge of the day. What is the tackiest thing? What is your favorite tacky clothing to wear? Because I am a big fan of plaid in general.
You know Benny's suit from Fallout New Vegas?
You're goddamn
That.
right. So check out
Also
some.
his gun.
His gun has the worst stats out of everything in the game.
But it
Also,
looks
yeah.
so cool.
Yeah. So
Plaid.
yeah, plaid is the
What
best.
about-
Okay.
What about striped shirts? You know?
You know it has a lot of
It's not
stripes.
Tacky though. It's not really tacky.
Horizontal or vertical stripes?
Okay,
Horizontal.
vertical stripes are tacky. Horizontal stripes, not so much. Unless the colors really
They're
clash.
slimming.
What if the colors like are sort of like very odd to be mixed together for like a shirt that someone decided to make?
Then you'd look like Ernie from Sesame Street.